Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We're in the second week of March, the 7th until the 11th, Monday to Friday. Remember, once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model to one of you. This episode is sponsored by Sakuraco. Sakuraco is a monthly Japanese subscription box full of 19 authentic, traditional Japanese snacks from Japan's local artisan snack makers. Each month you get a box packed with fascinating treats, each of which is explained in a lovely booklet with the box, so idiots such as myself can feel a bit more cultured. Biscuits, cake, tea, of which March's theme is afternoon tea. You even get a nice little cup along with it. Experience authentic Japanese tea time at your home by clicking the link in the description and use the code on the screen, SWITCH, to get $5 off your first Sakuraco order. If you need to see more, then between the main part of this episode and the community spotlight each week, I'm going to be taking a dive into this box and showing off all the goodies, so stay tuned. Chocobo GP is the long-awaited return of Chocobo racing. Okay, so it's not quite riding on the back of chocobos and kicking the shit out of them to run faster, but it's a start. If Square want to try and take on Mario Kart, who am I to stop them? Yes, it's basically Final Fantasy Kart. I tell you what, I'm expecting a little bit of jank, but I'm genuinely excited to see how this one turns out. Part of my brain is saying it's going to be more like a mobile game, but part of me wants it to be a contender to Mario Kart. I don't know, fingers crossed it is good. Interestingly, this appears to not be getting a physical release in North America, only Europe and Japan. And probably that's something to do with Nintendo themselves, since Nintendo are the ones who are distributing it in Europe, even though Square Enix are the publisher. If you're in North America, check the links down in the description and you can import a physical copy for yourself. Let's face it, physical is better. That's why you're here. You're not here for me. And don't forget our discount code at the same time. And our executive producers, Mental Traveler and Thorn Metal Luna, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Grand Mountain Adventure Wonderlands is releasing in Europe this week. Maybe it's Microids and they tend to be a little bit constipated when it comes to releasing their games. Yeah, they're sat on the toilet when they said they will be. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard they try, it just does not come out. That's a disgusting analogy and I apologize. This appears to be either a sequel or a port of a phone game, I have no idea. Slalom down snowy mountains, dodge trees, jump over trains and cracked glaciers. It actually looks like a pretty chill time in all honesty. This is Europe this week and I think North America has to wait a couple more. Cruel King and the Great Hero is a decently anticipated release from NIS America, the sequel to The Liar Prince and the Blind Princess, or the other way around probably. Expect a beautifully rendered adventure full of storybook-style narrative, puzzle gameplay, and a runtime that does not outstay its welcome. I believe Europe is this week, whereas North America should be next week. I don't believe this is getting a basic standard release, just like its predecessor. All of them seem to come in some sort of mini collector's edition to bump up the value. Remember, the first game is super expensive now, or at least it was the last time I actually checked. And our executive producers Issa and God of Resin have chosen this as their pick of the week. Hotel Transylvania Scary Tale Adventure should be releasing in Europe and North America this week. I'm not going to say too much about this since, this episode is going to be really long as is. I'm just surprised there are so many games based on this franchise. Is it that good? .hack GU I don't even know how to say this, but it is releasing in North America this week, exclusively on Bandai's website it seems, in a Begins edition which includes a sample CD. This package contains 4 games in the .hack GU series. 3 of them are classic PS2 JRPGs, and the final one is a new scenario to tie things up. Okay, when I say classic, I mean classic in the old sense. I don't mean in the really good sense, at least not back in the day. Yeah, critics were not overly enthusiastic about the original trilogy. However, this remaster smooths out many of the issues people used to have with it, about the graphics and gameplay balance, speeding things up a little, making it more accessible. I'm well excited for this, even if not too many others are. 3 20-hour JRPGs plus a bonus scenario from the greatest era of JRPGs. Yes, please. Now, as I said, this is in North America, but only on the website of Bandai Namco while stocks last, at least as far as I can tell. However, if you're worried about that or you're in Europe, then don't worry, because the Japanese and Southeast Asian versions, which are also releasing this week, both of those have English as well. I'll talk more about those later on, but yeah, links are below for those imports if you need them. Don't miss out on this. And our executive producers JCross7776, Parsnip Coffee, Santa Tartaruga, Robotech V, and Government Fat Cat have chosen this as their pick of the week. And just a quick shout out to Hoa, which after a long ass time is definitely getting its European release this week. I've talked about this a lot already, so I'll just leave it here. Alright, let's jump into the Low Prince. Sally Face is Super Rare's latest Switch game. This is a critically acclaimed adventure game that's heavy on the narrative. Here you play as a boy wearing a mask. I guess that's what the Sally Face is. Anyways, this boy has a bit of a tragic past, and you uncover the truth that lies under the shadows. That's according to the PR. So yeah, a bit of psychological horror if you're interested on Thursday. Rather randomly, of all the games they've had, they chose this one to have a collector's edition that comes with a bunch of stuff. There's also a standalone release and a standalone release with a Steambook if you just don't fancy the collector's edition. And our executive producers Cartoon Soren and Brent McLean have chosen this as their pick of the week. Wonder Boy Anniversary Collection. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hang on, this was already announced as a retail release. Wait, does that mean you didn't think that in Games and Strictly Limited wouldn't find some bullshittery? You need to watch this series more. Because yes, they're doing my absolute favorite thing by having a shit retail version and a really good limited version. I love it when they do that. Let me lay it out for you. The Wonder Boy collection is releasing at retail later this year with 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 Wonder Boy games. However, up for pre-order right now is the Wonder Boy Anniversary Collection, which contains 21 games, which consist of different versions and ports of 6, count them, 6 Wonder Boy games, arcade versions, console versions, portable versions. What is the smegging point, you absolute grifters? Well, we all know, money! I get it, you need a selling point for the higher profit website release, but you know, if you have to retard one product to make your product look better, that's backwards. I'm sure the retail peasants won't mind. What they don't know, they won't miss. That's how it goes, right? They've done this before with Space Invaders, Turrican, and of course selling off the Darius collection piecemeal at retail. Ridiculous. And our executive producer Raven Knight has chosen this as their pick of the week. Omori is a game coming from Fan Gamer. Now this is a critically acclaimed game, another one kinda like Sally Face, which tries to go for the narrative, touch on some difficult subjects wrapped up in a variety of visual styles, from monochrome to hand-colored penciled battlefields. Yes, it's an RPG, probably comparable to something such as Earthbound, but don't expect it to be all about the gameplay, even though that bit is good, but this is definitely one that's trying to hit you where it really hurts. No, not your balls, your heart. If I had a heart, I don't have a heart. And our executive producer Jonathan Rumor has chosen this as his pick of the week. Dawn of the Monsters is Limited Run's latest game up for pre-order. This is made by 13AM Games, known for their Rumbo game. This is a beat-em-up starring kaiju. Seriously, if that's never been done before, then game developers around the world should be ashamed of themselves. What a great idea! This is arriving digitally on the Switch next week, but you can pre-order the physical version now at Limited Run Games. There is a standard edition and a collector's edition, which actually contains some decent things like a soundtrack, minifigures, which is good. I don't like big figures. Minifigures, that's all good with me. And those posters, well, they look pretty cool. Although the price can absolutely smeg off. And our executive producer Punky Dooster has chosen this as his pick of the week. And just a quick edit here, I just finished editing this video together, but then I got wind, can you hear it? Yes, Paradise Killer is finally getting its individual release from One Print Games. You may remember we were legendary enough to announce this game alongside the previous 2 games, Neocab and Eternal Radiance. Paradise Killer was perhaps the one you were all most hyped about. And here it is, available to pre-order individually at One Print Games in a limited edition, which comes with an acrylic keychain, card, sticker, and booklet. I've got to be honest, massive missed opportunity for a soundtrack CD, as the music for this game is just absolutely sublime. It's fantastic, and I was really hoping I could own it myself. I mean, yeah, it's on almost all the music streaming services, but you know, I like to own things physically, it's why I'm here. Anyways, this is a fantastic murder mystery adventure game that's part visual novel. Kind of think of it maybe like Ace Attorney with vaporware aesthetic. Weird, eternally wonderful, and as with Neocab and Eternal Radiance, this will probably be available as a standalone import with like no extra goodies from PlayAsia as well in the very near future. If those pre-order links are up by the time this goes out, I'll put those in the description as well. Alright, before we get into the imports, I just want to give a quick promo to the upcoming review I'm doing this week, probably after the decent reception to Eastward, you know, the it's a bit late but review. I put another poll on our YouTube for our YouTube members, the one who pay us money for some bizarre reason. Why do you pay us money? Anyway, they get to vote for it, and surprisingly, the new one I put on the voting poll thingy-mabob won. Love Esquire. Why do you want this? I don't know, but I've been playing it this past week, and yeah, I've got some things to say about it. So next week, stay tuned for a review, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, I don't know. Just please be there. Keep refreshing YouTube endlessly for days. And yeah, after that goes out, I'll put up another poll for those guys to vote at. Alright, the imports. Remember, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then please consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment, because if you click those links and if you buy something, it also supports us ever so much. You guys are wonderful, and I thank you ever so much. Plus, in return for using our links, you can get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use our current discount code GETPhysical. That's all one word, GETPhysical, for 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. Now, as mentioned, .hack//g.u is releasing in Japan, and Southeast Asian versions have English, and the Hong Kong version does not. At least that's what I'm led to believe, so don't buy the Hong Kong version, okay? Golf Club Wasteland is releasing physically in Asian regions. This is a rather random release, but hey, gotta love Asia for giving us like the really obscure stuff. This is a side-scrolling golf game set in the post-apocalypse because, you know, why not? Apparently accompanied by a really nice soundscape to sell the atmosphere. It's definitely something a bit different, especially when it comes to golf. I mean, just imagine the reaction of the colleagues of the dude who pitched this game. Golf, but side-scrolling. Jeff's not been taking his medicine again. This, of course, plays in English, and is going to be one of the weirder but nice imports for this year, I'm sure. And our executive producer Boombox has chosen this as his pick of the week. I do want to give you one disappointing update on an import that I was really praying for. Now, I ain't a religious man, except when it comes to Switch physicals, and unfortunately, the cartridge gods, they have failed us. Because the Japanese physical release of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax does not have English. Now, there is a Chinese version to pray for, but do not hold hope, my friends. Atlas, you bastards. So yeah, if you pre-ordered this, you may want to cancel that order, or at least like ask CS to take this out of your order. Alright, before we jump into the community spotlight, let's take a look at that Sakuraco box. I think this week we're going to take a look at my favorite thing on the planet. No, not flamethrowers, and no, not anime babes blowing mechs up. We're getting serious here. We're talking about biscuits. And that's cookies to uneducated North Americans. If I wasn't married with a kid, I'd probably be doing like a travel vlog series going around the world and sampling biscuits. I mean, so what if there's Ebola in the Congo? Biscuits must be sampled. Anyways, in March's package, there's a decent amount of biscuity type stuff. Let's start with Nobunaga Shrimp and Red Wine Senbei. Combining sweet and savory into one interesting package, you get two in March's box. I don't know what this has got to do with Nobunaga, but I like to think that, you know, while he wasn't too busy conquering Japan in the Sengoku Heroes, he was trying to sell some shrimp snacks on the side, you know, a little bit of side hustle. We've all got to earn a little bit of extra money. Why do YouTube? We've got another Senbei, this time by Sanshu Confectionery. This time mixing sweet and spicy to create that good old umami. It's a very light snack cracker thingy, so not technically a biscuit, but I'll give it a pass because it's actually rather tasty. Let's get into some proper biscuit territory though. We've got the Shizuoka green tea cookie. That area is known for producing tea, so why not stick it in a biscuit while you're at it? Of course, has slightly bitter flavor, providing a different taste to the much Sakura found in here. It's actually very nice. And the final biscuit we're taking a look at today is the Yawaraka strawberry cookie biscuit. It has a nice soft texture to it and mixes white chocolate with strawberry flavors for heaven in your mouth. When it comes to biscuits, however, there is only one true way to judge their quality: dunkability. We're going head to head, green on the left, Yawaraka strawberry on the right. The arena, black granulated coffee. Tough liquid for any biscuit kind. This is the 117 blend from Japan, not included in the Sakuraco package. We're going for the classic 3-dip rule set here: hold, check, chomp. Remember, we're looking for stability. We're looking for any signs of givage, droopiness, and potential collapse. The strawberry cookie biscuit holds it just about. Can it land in the mouth without any collapse? All right. Time for the crispier green tea biscuit. How will it match tea with coffee? Will it crumble? 3 dips. Check. It's looking fairly good. Who will the winner be? It's the green tea! The strawberry biscuit is really delicious, just not with coffee. We'll get into more next week, so stay tuned, and if you want to order this from Sakuraco now, then please use the link in the description, as that is how you can support us. Plus, you can also use the code SWITCH to get $5 off your first Sakuraco order. Now, before we get into you lot, Red Art Games sent me a rather lovely package that they asked me to promote to you guys, so thanks for that. Let me talk about one of the more popular releases, Recode of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. This is the European version of this action exploration game. No, I'm not saying the M word. I know a lot of you guys got the Japanese version already, but this is an option too. It's a really great game that harkens back to classics such as Symphony of the Night. If you pre-ordered this great game, you got a really nice art book that gives you some nice background info of the franchise, something I'd never heard of before, and before I'd reviewed it, and it really did actually teach me some things. It was really interesting. Plus, a soundtrack CD, baby. The music is pretty decent. I've already got this album on my phone to listen to. Thanks. I don't know if you can get these little goodies anymore as far as I'm aware, but there's still just the game available at redartgames.com. There is also a US version that's still due, and that's at Video Games Plus. If you want the Red Art version, then head over to their website and use the code SWatch10 to get 10% off anything from their website. That's SWatch10. 10% off anything from redartgames.com. We don't earn a smidge, nothing at all. Just something that we do for you guys. Plus, yeah, they send me free games, so why not? Alright, on to you lot. Executive producer Alexander Cato sent in their pickup of Triangle Strategy. What a rather subtle, almost harrowing cover art, no doubt depicting the bleakness of war and the hardships and yeah, I'm just bullshitting. I don't know what I'm saying. It looks nice. Executive producer Cartoon Soren picked up these, including the lovely poster to go with Atelier Sophie 2. I think that came with the premium box edition from Koei's website. I may be mistaken though. Champ Dancer, thanks for using our links to pick up these. Some excellent imports. I'm still making my way through the letter. I'm planning on doing a review of it for VN Paradise. It's just an absolute mammoth of a story, so epic. I mean, who knew you could write a horror story that's 70 hours long? And it is a beautiful CE, by the way. Executive producer God of Resin picked up these. That's the premium box of Atelier Sophie 2, alongside a slightly less refined game of perky little things. Stay classy, fun box. Canal sent in this photo. Yeah, I know what you're all asking here. It took me a while to remember, but it is the incredibly weird release from I Am 8-Bit called Mutazonie, or however to say, I don't know. I Am 8-Bit went through like a little period of not putting the title on their covers. Yeah, don't do that shit. McLaren showed off the European CE of Triangle Strategy alongside the Octopath one. Pity that North America didn't seem to get anything like this. Maybe you can import one if you really need it in your life, which, let's face it, you do. Mirin sent in this photo of, yeah, that visual novel, that right there, yeah, and that other one, that other visual novel, and, well, Chaos, obviously, yeah. None of these have English, but thanks for showing us. Michelle Katani, thanks for using our links to pick up the Japanese collector's edition of Luminous Avenger X2. Came with a pre-order bonus, which is always a bonus, one may say. Love the artwork on that CE. Rick Krolbert sent in this photo of some physical games that he's purchased over the past few weeks and maybe months. Buckbound Brigade is a rather underrated import exclusive Metroidvania style game that has English. You don't see it a whole lot these days. Executive producer Robotech sent in these limited run gets, including Ruby, a co-op hack and slash, slightly mediocre, but fans of the franchise should like it. Starvey, thanks for using our links to pick up these. Interesting to see that Cruel King was already sent out by Play Asia very early, and that's the Big Daddy edition that I was talking about. I think it really surprised Starvey since he said that he only ordered the standard edition. This is the standard edition. Surprise! Transient Image, thanks for using our links to pick up these. Just a heads up, if you want a nice little bargain, that Distraint collection, at the time of writing this video, Play Asia have a 50% discount on it. It's just $15. Plus, it's free shipping as well, since it's still from back when they had free shipping on their exclusives. Links are below if you don't want to miss a bargain and support us at the same time. Vast Neon, thanks for using our links to pick up some of these. The Company Man, I'll probably be showing off mine next week, but yeah, it's a decently popular import. Thanks for your support if you were one to buy it with our links. Executive producer Vay sent in this photo of his pickups last week, mostly some older titles. I'm super jealous of Double Dragon Neon. That's one of those where Limited Run almost got me. They almost got me. Almost. Executive producer Issa sent in this massive haul of imports. Thank you ever so much for the extra support. It really means a lot to myself and the team. You support us and get awesome games at the same time. What a deal that is, except for your wallet. Alright, let's have a roundup. Kevin! Chew It! Kill! Pabs! Ashura G! Merciless Switch Collector! Needless Dragon! Lord Vapor! Ying! Buramurian! Alright, please send me pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me, or you can tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let'sGetPhysical. We have an email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com. Plus, we have a Discord, which, you know, we always like to have a chat with you guys. Well, I do anyway. And you can send your pictures there in the submission section. The server link is below in the description, okay? And please just send me one picture per week. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J Crod 7776, Elisa, Punkydooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight Thorn, Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Government Fat Cat, Issa, Vay, Mental Traveler, Grant Sir. Thank you for your support. Yes. And you, yes you, if you're watching and you're listening to this, thank you. You're a legend. Give me, I don't know, what, let's have a look. What was in this episode? Can you send me a chocobo? No, send me a chicken GP, a chicken GP, a chicken emoji, okay? And I'll give you one back. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been ranting for 25 minutes at this thing, so I'm tired. Okay, watch some other stuff. Love Esquire sometime this week, plus some other stuff. We'll see you guys over there. Have a good one.